We've gotten so many requests from people who wanted to see a reaction video of Melanie and I, in hindsight now, almost 3 months later, after our gotcha day. It does not feel like 90 days has passed. Time is going very quick, but people wanted to see us do a reaction video where we watch our gotcha day video and we talk about it. Like, it's going to be a little bit of commentary, a little bit of emotional reaction. We'll see. We have actually not sat down and watched the whole thing all the way through. Since that day. We've watched little clips. We've watched that middle part where we meet her, but we've never sat down to watch the whole thing. By the way, we're so glad you're watching our new channel. Check this out. We got some new pillows for our studio space here. It's almost like we're telling you need to subscribe. So without further ado, let's react. It's our old opener. I forgot about that already. Oh man, the first thing I did that morning was I grabbed my camera and I just started vlogging. I knew I was going to want to get as much footage of that day as possible.
3 hours left.
We also realized that the people who were watching, which at the time was not tens of thousands of people, it was just basically our family watching. We knew they would want to know what's going on in our mind. Like, what were we feeling at the time? So we tried to like narrate the whole day. Looking back, it wasn't like the best way to make a YouTube video. You don't want to start your video off with a long narration that is like
in bed.
Yeah, in bed. Yeah, it's not an exciting video at the beginning. The fact that people actually watch it is amazing.
I said, this little girl's gonna have a cow when she sees all this.
That hotel was awesome.
The hotel was amazing. We stayed in a Marriott. Was there a name for it? Just the Marriott Calcutta?
Aero City?
No, that was back in Delhi, right?
I don't remember.
It was nice having a buffet every morning.
It was.
But you know what? That morning, sitting at breakfast, it was like...
Oh, I was sick to my stomach.
It was so nerve-wracking. It's like, are we just supposed to sit here and have a meal and be nonchalant when we're about to meet our daughter?
Can't even eat.
Nope.
Oh, I forgot about this.
We still have the paper. I just forgot we had it.
I did too. It's probably still in the suitcase.
That's a tradition in America. Parents do that a lot.
That much more difficult to do. The orphanage pushed back our meeting time by an hour and a half here at the last minute.
It felt like eternity.
Yep.
So we're back up here in the hotel room.
What's the movie we watched? We watched a movie, didn't we?
Yeah, I forget. Groundhog Day?
For about an hour and a half till we can finally leave.
Groundhog Day.
I don't know.
No, we watched, forget what we watched, actually.
Forget.
Moonrise Kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
And you were doing some writing in your book. Last minute writing. Do you still write in your book every day?
Every day?
Or
no.
Not every day. You never wrote every day, but do you still write in your book?
I do.
Yeah. Every once in a while.
It's harder now that I have 4 kids and she's home and life is happening.
And you can just go up to her and talk to her now.
Yeah, and she understands, so I don't really write as much.
Yeah, she's understanding so much these days that, you know, the writing...
I'll be excited to see, like, how little she talked in this video.
I know. So different from right now. This is really touching. We get a lot of comments on this part of the video right here.
Daddy and I so want to see you and hold you. Since we're a few months away from going to India to get you, I have decided to write you letters and notes so you can read them when you're older. From the moment we got a picture of you, I loved you. You're so beautiful. I love your dark eyes. Your eyes are the first thing that I noticed about you.
They were.
Your brothers are so excited to play with you.
Her eyes are the first thing most people notice about her.
How she looks like Caleb, that's a God thing.
We get compliments all the time too. Like,
did you plan that she looked like Caleb?
Are you aware that Cadence and Caleb kind of have a similar bone structure in their face and look similar? It's amazing.
Your arrival doesn't feel so far away today. Your room is even more pretty than what I had hoped. Mommy and Daddy went to Hobby Lobby months ago to buy all sorts of girly decor for your room. We love shopping for you. Aunt Barbie gave me so many clothes. Your closet is...
She's wearing them now.
Yeah. And growing out of them already.
Yes.
She's growing very fast. Her hair is growing
Growing
long,
long.
and she's getting taller. She's already grown since India. She's gotten a little heavier.
We have like a tub, massive tub full of clothes that we had that she doesn't fit anymore.
Already.
There's nothing more we
3
can
months.
do about time. It's just nothing.
I remember pacing around the room here. It was just like, I was laughing at myself. I think Melanie laughed at me a couple times. She was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I gotta move. We gotta go. It's,
I was sick to my stomach.
and we were just having to look out this window. And as the camera pans up, you can see the area of the city where her orphanage actually is. I mean, her orphanage was 3 or 4 minutes from
Yeah,
our
not very
hotel,
far.
tops. I mean, it's right there in that top of the screen area. And we were just having to stare out the window knowing she's there somewhere. And we just can't go get her yet. We're so close, though.
We had planned it perfectly that day that we wouldn't have to be sitting for like an hour and a half just
Yep.
waiting. You know, we
Yeah.
got up and was,
Yeah.
you know, we were gonna have breakfast and then just go, and then we had an hour and a half wait, and that was like
The worst.
torture.
Oh, man. Yeah,
It's
well,
like giving birth.
yeah, we knew that we would lose our minds sitting
Yeah.
and waiting, which is why we planned it the way we did. And then, yeah, like Melanie said, our plan didn't work. Let's go have a baby, a
My-
7-year-old baby.
My hair's gotten longer than.
Yeah, your hair's even longer now. When we started to go, we got in the car.
Oh, he was awesome.
Oh, Ramesh!
What a great driver.
We love Ramesh. You know, when we started to go, we got in the car. It was just like, so go time. It was like we were on a mission at that point. But it still didn't feel quite real yet. It didn't feel real to the moment we first saw her. The whole thing was a little, I mean, your adrenaline is pumping so high that you almost can't feel.
Yeah.
It's like how when your adrenaline's pumping, someone could just sock you and you don't feel the pain, but when the adrenaline drops, you feel the pain of later on.
Yeah, you're not numb
But
anymore.
Yeah, when that adrenaline is going, you almost can't feel, and that includes kind of your emotions too.
Mm-hmm.
You stop feeling and you're so motivated about the thing you need to get done. I remember pulling up and seeing that sign.
Yes, Navajivan, right there. That's it. Wonderful.
She still talks about Navajivan.
Thank you.
It was like unreal because when we walked into this place, we had never seen it. The extent of our knowledge about what to expect when we got here
Was basically a sign.
was a sign and maybe like 8 photos that are on their website. And it's very limited. You don't see anything. We'd never seen this room before. And interestingly, since we've done this, we've found out that there's other videos online where you can find out that people have adopted from this orphanage and you can go watch them. I haven't showed you? Oh, I gotta show you. One of our viewers sent a comment and said, hey, check out this other adoption they adopted from the same
That's
place.
cool.
And like they're in the same room and they got their child
That's
the same
awesome.
way.
Hey,
Their child was a little younger than
I don't know
ours.
if she got it. That's so wonderful.
Yeah, for like 6 months we were debating if she had gotten the video.
We
like,
never knew.
Like we were emailing. Did you get the photo? Did you get the photo album? Did you get the photo album? No.
Maybe for like a year.
Yeah.
We sent-
kept saying, "Did you get the photo album?"
Yeah,
And
and
no
we never got a
response.
response. We didn't know that she had her photo album till that moment when they set it down the table and I went, oh, yes, you had it!
Awesome.
And we credit that photo album so much to her adjusting well because
Mm-hmm.
she peeked around the corner, she saw our faces, she knew us. She was
Yeah.
excited.
How do you do that? Like, how does that happen?
It's just amazing. I got so emotional here. I started crying and trying to hold in the tears. It was just the sound of the
I
kids
hate being
playing.
the strong one.
I know Melody's usually not the strong one, but I was just so... I wasn't even going to try and withhold emotion. Why would you try in that moment? Like,
Yeah.
embrace the moment and feel how you feel. I'm still happy that that moment's not on video because it's going to be right here for the rest of my life, and it's just something so special that we have that's just for us. And then I'm glad the rest of this is on video.
Ran around the corner and looked at us and then ran away. And her hair is beautiful. She is gorgeous.
She just peeked around and then ran away. I don't remember her giggling in it or anything, but she peeked around and
Yeah.
ran.
Smile.
And all the people in the orphanage, I think, are very used to having people come with cameras
Yeah.
because we were
They
vlogging.
weren't even worried at
We were
all.
vlogging the whole time, and they didn't care. I forgot all my Bengali.
Yeah, we were like, don't hug her, don't. just, like, shake her hand.
Yeah, they tell you, like, be prepared that she may not want to hug you. She may not touch you for the first month.
Yeah.
Like they warn you of what the worst case scenarios are. And we didn't experience a single worst
I'm
case.
signing. What an
Yeah,
idiot. I'm
beautiful.
signing.
Like, yeah, you don't know. Maybe she does know
Maybe
beautiful.
she knows beautiful.
And I finally remembered the word for father and said, I'm Baba. Oh, I love that photo. I Instagrammed that photo. It's just so beautiful. I love that moment. And she's just so casual looking at mommy while she's getting a hug from daddy. Balo, I would say, is the word we used more than any other
Yeah.
word. Because at any moment, Balo is a way of asking, are you happy? Are you good? Is everything cool? Does that...
She and that.
Yeah, Kushi was good for are you happy? Is everything good with Balo? You can get a lot done with that word.
Mm-hmm.
We knew yes, no, Balo. I mean, we knew tons of words. We probably knew like 20 or 30 words. But just between those, we realized, wow, we can get a lot of communication done with just those words.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was hiding the
She
gift.
still sleeps with him.
She still sleeps with that doggy. That doggy was from her brothers. Her brothers got, or was it just
Yeah,
Caleb?
Caleb picked it
Just
out.
Caleb picked that out. Not the brothers, just Caleb. And then she said,
Gosh,
thank
that
you.
smile.
She said thank you in English, and we were like, melting!
knows
She
English!
said something in English. Because we didn't know she knew any English, so it was really sweet.
After 2 days, after 3 days, last Friday, 4 days, Sunday, then Monday. Oh, wow.
She was asking him every day, how many more days till my mommy and daddy get here?
So
6.
sweet.
How many more days till my mommy and daddy get here? It's 6. You asked us a few minutes ago.
It's nice to meet you.
And we
The
got to,
director, it was phenomenal.
yeah, she's a wonderful woman.
Really amazing.
Do you want to sit? Do you want to sit down?
And we had Melanie's camera was the one right in front of us recording us. And then I had sat my camera over on the other side of the room. You just saw that other camera angle go away because I got my camera to give it to Katie to play with. I'm trying to pay attention, but also trying to unlock my phone.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what in the world I'm doing.
The phone requires your thumbprint to unlock, or that one did. And I was like trying to unlock it and get it set up so she could play, so I could like try and focus. This is so special. She's actually holding the camera herself right there, which is why her little thumb's in the way.
Great. Thank you. Perfectly organized.
The first few days she had like a little skin condition on her cheek. It was like dry.
Yeah, dry.
Right? We had to like put little lotion on her face every day. But when we came home to Florida, the air here is so
Yeah.
humid, that went away.
Cleared up real away.
Okay, yes.
Just naturally.
I was very impressed with how organized they were. For
Oh, yeah.
55 kids that they had, they were very organized.
Yep. They keep that same, the books, the albums, and all this
Yep.
stuff. They keep that for every child. One of my favorites right there. The school day, the school outfit. She's so cute. And all of our
Our-
awful photos.
yeah,
our passport
oh my
photos.
word.
But to her, you know what? I'm sure those were gold just to have those pictures of mommy
My
and
leg was
daddy.
really big back then.
Yeah, it's before.
It was before I got taken care of
Melanie used to have hyperthyroidism.
for like
So
years.
you could see it in her neck. That book is so special. We've actually gone through and we show it to her every once in a while because we don't want her forgetting where she came from or the length that everyone went to make sure that she would have a forever family.
Thank you.
You know, because they have to have all this. It's part of the legal process that makes a child legally available for adoption. They have to do this or else the child wouldn't be able to be posted for adoption because someone could try and claim that child was
Right.
trafficked, like human trafficking. Yeah. And that's the first document ever that had
Her name on it.
her new name on it. Yeah. Melanie's crying in the video because we didn't expect this. We didn't expect them
That
to
they
keep all
would
that.
save anything.
I know, it was so kind.
Crazy. I think it's funny that she has 2 middle names. So it was Cadence, Olivia, Maria, and they didn't know which one to say. This is your new name.
Right.
sure.
That signing that I was just doing was the final thing I had to sign before someone
I don't remember what it
gave
even
us
was
custody.
the signing.
It was just like a piece of paper.
I don't remember what it was.
It was. I think it was just like a document, basically saying, "You're taking her.
Releasing.
This is the day you took her, and we gave you all of this stuff to take with you."
We were anticipating her, like, we being there a lot longer, and
Yeah.
we were in and out in about 45 minutes.
Yeah, and we anticipated she would want to not leave, that she would cry. Some kids, I love her little head bob. I always tell her to keep doing her head bob. I remind her when she gives me a yes like this, I remind her to tilt her head to the right. I would love her if she could keep that, or to the left sometimes. Yeah, so like
She
I was saying,
so loved there.
oh, she was taking they took such good care of her. We were praying that this is what would happen, that she would lead us out of the orphanage, because we've heard many stories about kids kicking and screaming and just bad
Oh, yeah.
experiences. Mom and dad having to take a child, and the child just basically goes through a depression for weeks
Yeah.
of having been uprooted out of their life. Because even though you're in an orphanage and you don't have a mom and dad, and your life is filled with the insecurity of not having a mom and dad, leaving an orphanage is still not easy, because that's all she's known for the last few years. Our driver Ramesh waited for us.
It was so sweet.
We got to wave goodbye. She was not used to being in cars, so her first little time was
At all.
interesting. You know, putting a seatbelt on was not something normal for her. Riding in an elevator was not something normal for her, as you'll see in a few minutes. I couldn't contain myself. I just couldn't believe it. I'm getting emotional right now. Like, it's that moment, just to finally have her,
Yeah.
was killer.
Well, and like we had prayed that she would lead us out, and I was like, when we prayed that, I was like, okay, God, come on, like this is so specific.
We know we're praying a big
we're-
prayer.
Yeah, that we're asking something that, you know, in hindsight really doesn't matter in the long run.
Right.
But that, you know, it was just be evident that God was with
There.
us and blessing us, and He did. And I just thought, wow, God is even in the little minute details.
Yep. He's present and he's working. Some people get the idea that, you know, you shouldn't pray to God, you shouldn't ask Him for the desires of your heart,
Yeah.
unless it's something major like I need to be cured of cancer, because God's too busy. But that kind of shrinks a big God down into a little box where we assume that He isn't interested in the little things, but He loves us.
Poor baby.
Poor baby. I never thought to hold her, and poor thing. Even right now, she's like
freaks
looking
out.
around, like, what's
Poor
going
baby.
on? Where
loves her chips.
she stopped eating her chips though. She's like, what's gonna be happening here? And she stops eating the chips, and then she goes right back in for the chips once the door opens. I wonder if she even knew that we went up,
Yeah, I don't know.
or if she even wondered, like, why are we in this little room, and then the doors open and we're somewhere
Well, I think
else.
she knows when we looked out the window.
Right, when we got to the
Yeah.
window, she probably knew.
Grabbing my leg, grabbing my hand, and constantly.
Yeah, she did that in the car. She would grab a leg, or
I don't know if you heard, but she was counting down the days this weekend until we saw her.
I just love it. I love it. And she was just so relaxed. Look at her.
So chill.
Chill. Just so relaxed and calm. That window she was looking at was actually at the end of the hallway. It wasn't in our room. The next window you see her looking at will be the one in our room. There it is.
From the moment we saw her.
You can have that. Eat.
Come on.
Yeah, I was like, I forgot completely how to speak Bengali.
It's crazy how much of our vocabulary went out the window. You're just on overload.
Oh yeah.
You're not ready to be intellectual in that moment. You're only being led by your heart, and your heart isn't going to recall all those words.
The girl loves bubbles.
Yeah. One of the first things we did.
Hey. Good job.
Oh, what kind of necklace I'm wearing? I don't even remember having that.
Her little shoes.
Oh, I'm wearing her necklaces. I was like, I don't know that. I don't own that necklace.
Were you wearing her necklaces? She's got little shoes on. They kind of look like, if you're American, like little bowling shoes.
Yeah.
what you would wear to go bowling.
Already, she's daddy's girl.
Just to sit there on a couch with, or on the bed with her.
That's okay. I'm okay. I deal with that.
I am enthralled. I'm in love. Oh my goodness. I wonder what she's gonna think when she hears Bengali coming out of my phone.
Yeah, we'd never used Google Translate with her. And the first thing I ever did with Google Translate was tell her she's beautiful. Shutor? Shukor? I forget the word. Shutor? And then she started wanting to press it, yeah.
She loves my phone.
Google Translate. Wow.
It's been a lifesaver.
Throughout the whole process, Google Translate was just our go-to. It was, honestly, sometimes it was like a lifesaver.
Yeah, it was.
Because there were moments where she didn't understand what we were asking. Maybe we were frustrated, not by her.
We didn't understand what, like, she didn't get us, and we weren't understanding what she was saying
Yeah,
either.
complete.
Disconnect.
Yeah, exactly. Complete disconnect. And if not for Google Translate to be able to step in and help us just get a few words of understanding, there are some moments where we were just ready to throw our hands up in the air and be like, whatever it is, it just doesn't matter.
Right.
Let's move on.
Like, our kids aren't getting phones till they're teenagers, like 16 years old. She can have mine right now.
Right now.
She can have anything she wants ever. I've said that.
You know, I just, looking back, she was so, we already said she was chill, but it's more than that. Look at this little girl on the screen. Not even an hour earlier, her entire life was in an orphanage and had been for years. And then now, an hour later, less than an hour later, she's sitting on a bed coloring as if no change has happened.
Right.
As if her life has not been uprooted. and she's with two strangers, and all of the orphanage workers and director and all these people she knew, the lieutenant there, were like, they're all gone, and she's just like, yeah, I'm here.
That's where the photo album totally is a lifesaver, that she was connected to us way before we were even there.
Yeah.
Watching Bengali cartoons.
Chic
Oh
chili.
my gosh.
Chic chili.
It's like Shrek.
This girl has not said many words, but she came into this room and said
Cartoon?
TV, and we went ha, which is yes. And she
Cartoon?
said, cartoon?
Cartoon?
That cartoon? She took the
And
remote out of my hand and started going to
And
town
she
with
did
my
it, yeah.
Oh my goodness. I forgot about that.
And she needed help finding the right channel, and then we found some cartoons, which are her language, Bengali. So
Yeah, not all cartoons that we watched were her language.
Yeah.
Like, we would ask her, do you understand? Good? And she would say yes. And then we'd sit down and come to find out months later she was watching a Hindi cartoon or something.
Yeah.
And we didn't know because we don't
We can't hear the difference in a
right.
cartoon.
We would actually have to hear a specific word to know whether it was Bengali or not. And we can't sit and listen to fluent
No.
languages and know. But it's just like when she came home here and would sit and watch an English cartoon. She didn't have to understand it
Right.
to enjoy it.
there's a few stores that are like, toy stores. Only like
We didn't know what to do that day. We were so prepared to, like, let her lead.
Like incubate her,
Do nothing.
trying to like make sure that she's okay.
Yeah, we were, like, if she was emotional, if she was just an emotional wreck, we were just prepared to come back to the hotel, sit there all day. But she was just so chill, we were like,
Wanna
well,
do something?
let's go do something. And then we end up at the mall, shopping. Which was an incredibly positive experience. The whole thing was. See? All you needed was yes and no to be able to tell her what side to eat and what not to. People are often say they feel bad for her because she doesn't speak English yet or anything like that, but you don't have to. It's not hard. You can still do a lot with love and with very few words.
smiles are unending. Every time we have a connection, a verbal connection,
She loved it.
she does her head tilt, which is instead of nodding like we do, she does the head tilt and she smiles. And my heart melts every time.
I love it. I still love
Cry
it.
at all. You realize that?
No cries.
I didn't cry. I mean, we cried like a river, but
We did.
Is, we prayed
months ago.
many months ago, when we thought we would have traveled months ago. We prayed in faith.
And now I'm telling you what I did
When we arrived,
I'm telling you what I did earlier, that we prayed that she'd be the one to lead us out of the orphanage, and she did. Like Melanie said, it's just evidence that God is listening to even the small things
lead us out the door.
that his people lift up in prayer.
You all saw what happened.
Seek and you will find.
Now you see.
Knock and the door will be answered to you.
And she walked out the door. And as I was walking out, the director said, "Wow, she's eager to leave." And she never looked back, and she was fine to wave goodbye.
It's just an incredible
That's
moment.
a really cool thing.
It is. It's a testimony of prayer, the power of prayer, and the mercy and grace of a God who loves us.
It's just, it's
Well, and you need to know, like, up until this point, we, instead of waiting 2 weeks for a process, we waited 28 weeks for one process to complete. And so,
Yes.
basically, about halfway through that process, our life got flipped upside down. Just flipped upside down. And so, when that happened, we kind of just prayed, Lord, however long this is going to take, for her to be comfortable with us and for her to be lead us out of the orphanage and allow her to have a great bonding experience, Lord, just let that happen. And instead of 2 weeks, it was 28 weeks. And I'm very thankful looking back that it took 28 weeks,
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
if 28 weeks of waiting with no word got us to this point, then praise the Lord.
Absolutely. Amen. Way to say it. Preach it. Absolute truth there. I mean, she just hit the nail on the head. I would take the waiting again if it meant, this. And another thing we prayed is, Lord, would you help us to come on a day where she's in a good mood? Because she's a little girl. Maybe she has her good days.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't. We didn't know at the time that she was just
A happy girl.
a happy little girl who's basically happy every day. All her holding mommy holding her.
be held constantly.
That's so sweet. She's so little.
The feelings, the emotions.
Yeah,
She was light back then.
she's getting a little heavier now.
Yeah.
She's growing already.
No words I
So anyways, we prayed even, Lord, just help us to get there at a time in her life where she's feeling happy and in a good mood. And you know
Excited
what?
to meet us.
When you pray things like that, you got to be willing to take the answer that the Lord gives you. And his answer was, I will grant you your request, but you're going to have to wait a little longer. And everything just worked just the way we had prayed for. Still hasn't gotten a chance to meet Aunt Barbie in person, but that'll happen soon. Katie has, Aunt Barbie and Uncle John, and then 3 cousins that already love her to death.
She also knows how to ask for whatever
We
she
should
wants
just
in the
go
mall.
to Kansas.
We'll just drive.
Let's just drive to Kansas.
It's our style anyway.
A long weekend.
Oh, or maybe a 25,000 subscriber trip. Who knows? Go to
Ooh.
Kansas, meet my
That'd be
sister.
fun.
Get my sister on the YouTube.
She wanted some
Oh my gosh,
The
Barb would
YouTube.
love that.
She has
Yeah.
on her, they're hand-me-downs, obviously, and she wants to go shopping for shoes, so we're looking for a shoe store.
Nail polish, shoes. She was looking at purses,
Oh,
all
yeah.
kinds of stuff. When you get your daughter, they tell you, the social workers
That
prepare.
dress does not fit her anymore.
No, that dress is so small. They prepare you that you need to be like, just be prepared that you may just have to like roll with the punches, give her candy, get her stuff to make her happy. And even if that's not the typical way you are, even if you don't spoil your child, be prepared to spoil them on the first day, just to help them even experience
Yeah.
a little bit of happiness. But that wasn't necessary with her. So what you're
No,
watching,
and we limited her. Like, you can pick one dress, you can pick a
Right.
purse, you can, pick one tiara or whatever.
we've actually gotten comments from people saying, I think you're spoiling your kids. And I don't think people realize just how much we say no to. What the kids
Say no a lot.
What the kids do get is probably a quarter of what they ask for.
Maybe less.
Maybe less. Yeah. Yeah, like Melanie said, when we went to that mall, we told her you get one dress, one pair of shoes, one purse, a little bit of
And
nail
it's- yeah.
polish, and that's it. Like, we put a limit on it. When we went to the toy store, we put a limit on it. Like, you can choose 1 or maybe 2 or something.
And then she picked out stuff for her brothers. It was
Yeah,
so
it was so
sweet.
sweet. Well, she grabbed like toy cars or something.
Cars?
Like
I
little
forget.
Transformers, and we were like,
And Transformer, that's right.
is that what
Transformer
you
cars.
want? And she said no, and we were like,
Who?
what are you doing? Like, we didn't understand. She said, bye. And we were
Oh,
like,
it
oh,
melted
you're
our
little.
heart.
She's like, I want to buy stuff for my brothers. That's so cute.
Wants one. In fact, she has the
I didn't record that, unfortunately, but it's a good memory.
And she has her ears pierced and she has her nose pierced, which is quite common here. So the first thing she pointed out that she wanted was a purse, and she completely skipped all the little girl purses. She went for this little.
Got a leopard print purse.
It's like the
It was
size
just
of
a reminder that we do not have a toddler.
No.
We do not even have a little girl. We have a big girl who's becoming a woman too fast.
Yeah.
Like, already she's just a little mommy
I'm
around
glad
here.
that she loves Barbies.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
we skipped the whole baby doll stage. But she likes Barbies, and she likes Barbies that look like me because she wants to have long hair like me.
Yeah.
So that is really why she picks the Barbies out that looks
Yeah.
on the more like me.
She'll pick
because she wants to have long hair like mom.
She'll pick an Anna or an Elsa or a little blonde doll. And when we asked her, like, why do you want the little random blonde doll? She says, Mommy.
Mommy.
Because it looks like Mommy. I mean, Mommy
Oh my
is like
gosh, I love
a
that.
life-size Barbie to our daughter. And that's just,
Mama phone.
oh my gosh, I can't
It's
imagine
so
how that
sweet.
feels for you.
It's
That is
so
just,
sweet.
it's like it's loving, but it's also a compliment rolled into one. Like, you think I look like that? Thank
Yeah,
you.
right? I love that.
Can't have it, but yeah, Mama's phone. So they are not.
Yeah, she was not, we're talking about phones here. She was not put off by phones. She was not surprised by the fact that we're constantly recording.
No.
She embraced it. She was like, yeah, cool, phone,
Yeah.
yeah, camera. And I have so many photos that she took on our cameras, like,
Of cartoons and herself and
yeah, she would actually she would sit and take our phone and point it at the TV and record TV.
Yeah.
So we have
so
who knows how much footage of the TV of Chic Chili and other little cartoons from over in India.
This is the color she picked out of.
that girl loves bright
Bright.
red nail polish. That's something that I would pick up for her, but
Yeah.
you know.
Bright red, bright pink. That was before dinner. We went to dinner that night. We're getting ready to go to dinner.
So cute. So it's been a long day. We hope you enjoyed the video. And tomorrow we're
Wow.
gonna be.
And just like that, the video's coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
And that is just such a small portion of the journey. My goodness, maybe we'll have to react to every video. Like, let's live the FRRO office again.
Why would you do that to yourself? My word.
Just so we can be thankful in hindsight that we made it
that
through.
place was awful.
Yep, what she's doing there. She's actually getting the old nail
Yeah.
polish off of her nails before, so we could paint them with new nail polish.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? The night wasn't over there. We still went to dinner. We came back. I don't remember what we did that
TV
night.
probably.
We watched TV. We probably packed a little bit because we were leaving the next day.
We did. We packed.
We left the next day to go back to New Delhi. So the day wasn't over, but at some point, even in our life now and in our life then, at a certain point in the day, you go, okay, we need to end today's video.
Right.
We need to put the cameras down, and we need to keep living apart from the camera. And that's what we did that night. Is we turned the camera off. We went to dinner with her. I think we might have actually left the cameras in the hotel room.
I think so.
Because
I don't
remember, I can still vividly remember sitting at dinner. She was to my left, and you were across
that
the table.
place was awesome.
Yeah,
It was
and
it was a Asian fusion place.
really, really good
Amazing place.
And because I still vividly remember being there, but I don't remember having my camera. So I think we actually purposely left the camera in the hotel room. And every once in a while we do that because even though we're daily vloggers, we don't want to become obsessed with the camera because we don't want to become fake. And we don't want to, become
Well, and we
obsessed.
also want to cut. So Mike has time to edit, and so he's not up till 2-3 o'clock in the morning, which has happened before. So like we had talked about this new channel and basically when we're gonna end videos every day because for sanity's sake.
Yeah, I need to have time to edit, and I don't want to be posting a video late and all
Right.
that stuff. So that's our reaction. We have done our first reaction video to our own content. I
Right.
mean, how self-centered are we? Usually people react to other stuff, but we knew that many of you have asked for this. Like I said, it's been 90 days removed from this, and it still feels like yesterday. Time is going by so quick with her.
It's one of those things that it feels like we were in India like a month ago, but it also feels like she's been a part of our family for years.
We even just had our 3-month adoption home study update, which you have to do every 3 months after your child comes home. There has to be another home study to make sure your child's adjusting well. They're at 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, and then they go to 18 months and 24 months. So for the next 2 years, we'll still be doing adoption home study updates because basically the Indian government wants to verify Katie's doing well, that she's adjusting well, and that she's happy. Our first adoption home study update went swimmingly.
Oh, yeah.
Just amazing. The home study lady, Deborah, hi Deborah if you ever watch this, she said it's just amazing. She's just frolicking around here and she's just a member of the family. So the report that she wrote out just It was just so positive. The fact of the matter is, she's doing great. So we hope you enjoyed this, our first reaction video.
If you did, give it a like, leave a comment, share it please, and subscribe to both channels. You'll need to subscribe to both channels to get the full experience.
That's right, because now Two in a Zoo, remember, is fully daily vlogging. We had so many people requesting that we do more daily vlogging that we realized, you know what, Two in a Zoo needs to be daily vlogging because that's what got people to watch our channel, and that's what's gonna get more people to watch our channel. We realize we can't get to 100,000 or even 1 million subscribers if we don't put out a consistent product. So now you can expect daily vlogging from Two in a Zoo. And now over here on Behind the Zoo is where you'll get all of your specialty content every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Things like Q&A, and today, reaction videos, just the two. Mailbag Minute, which is coming this Monday, don't miss it. So like Melanie said, make sure you subscribe to both channels and hit that bell icon to make sure you're getting notifications for each channel. So that's all for today. See you tomorrow. Announcing the new Two in a Zoo gift shop. We heard your request and now we have merch available for purchase. Check out the link in the description and be sure to grab your favorite Two in a Zoo merchandise today. When you receive your item, we'd love to see you wearing it, using it, drinking out of it, or just enjoying it. So be sure to send us a picture of you and your favorite items to mikeandmel@twoinazoo.com. Thanks for the support and happy shopping.